everyone, and welcome to June's edition of the Pet AstroloYoga series. On this series, for this month, we're going to show you 2 specific chakras to work on to keep your pet nice and balanced and to allow them to absorb the best energy that they can. Great things about working on your dog chakras is it's reciprocal for you as well. So our animals are just a replica of the energy that's going on inside of us or inside their owner. It's probably one of the reasons why you could say most dogs kind of act like their owner. And even dogs will sometimes look like their owners. And that has a lot to do with the fact that they are just an extension of your energy. So they often have blocks in the same chakras as yourself. A lot of times we feel like we can't work on ourselves in life, which you always should. But for those who feel like you just can't take the time out, petting your dog, petting your animal, petting your cat, just connecting with your pets is also going to provide healing. That's why there's so many service pets and there's so many dogs and animals that are out there that are right now helping to heal humans. With me today is Dawn. She is going to be helping us to understand where the second chakra is, and Melody, who's going to be helping us to understand the 6th chakra of your pet, and of course,
Willow. Willow! Big fluffy puppy. We call her Willow Pillow.
Our big Willow pillow. So first, we are going to start off with the 2nd chakra, the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is located where?
Right here.
It's located right here on your dog. So you might want to
Like
just
right in
pet
the
there and
armpit.
get this. And this is important. Before you go right to pet a certain chakra, you want to balance out all the chakras. So how do you do that, ladies?
You just stroke the dog.
You pet the dog in kind of a cyclical pattern. So you can move up, down the top of her head, down her body, and then up towards the center, and then towards the middle of her throat area. And she's loving this. She is loving this big time. So right down here is the location of her sacral chakra or her 2nd chakra, which is the color of orange. And what gemstone works well for that chakra? Carnelian. So right now Dawn is holding up a orange colored carnelian gemstone. Also, if you have a tiger's eye, that will also work quite well. Those of you who are patrons and are also receiving the spirit bag with the spirit classes, or those of you who purchased a spirit bag separately, both of these stones will be in that bag for you, so you don't even have to think about it. So you can use those on yourself as well as whatever animal you choose to keep them nice and balanced. So a great way to use the gemstone is to even place it in the opposite hand that you're currently working with. As you place your hand on your animal's body in that location, and just allow that energy to filter its way through. That's a great way to send light to that area. What are some other ways that you can balance out that 2nd chakra? Picturing different colors, right?
Yeah.
And just sitting there and just even thinking of something you love and projecting that energy down into there.
Or the color.
Or the color, whichever colors you like, you can send into that. Or orange, you can send into that space. Use your intuition here. Whatever speaks to you is definitely going to be the right path to go. So when a dog's 2nd chakra is functioning the way it should be, they express their feelings appropriately. They're easier to be around. They're calm. They just kind of move around, and you just sort of know they have this confidence, but they also have this love within them. When their chakra is underactive, they lack warmth. Like, they don't want to be around people. They tend to be standoffish, and they are kind of loners, and they don't really have a lot of emotion. When that 2nd chakra is overactive, what happens?
They are overly emotional.
They're overly emotional. So they tend to overreact to things. They tend to, if there's a loud noise, they get really upset about it. It really throws them off. So those are ways of knowing if your animal is kind of struggling in that particular area of their body. Our 2nd area that we're going to work on today is our 6th chakra, which is located where, Miss Melody?
Right over here.
right here, and I hate to move her little head because she's so comfy, but it's actually right here on the top of her head in between her eyes. And in this spot, which is the color indigo, it can be also balanced by a sodalite stone, again, and those of you who purchased the spirit bag, you'll have one right there. And you would do the same thing to balance that out. You can hold on to the stone and project that energy down in there, or you can just picture colors if you don't have a gemstone going into that area of any color that you'd like. And you just lightly, you can pat, you can, just kind of lightly scratch, whichever you choose to help your pet to stay nice and balanced and clear that area. The sixth chakra is one of the most interesting places on a dog. It's in this location that they receive intuition. It's in this location that they receive knowledge. So this is also a way to know is how well they fit in the world. Like when they walk into a room, do they just kind of blend in with the crowd? Or do they get a little bit antsy? Or do they kind of jump around too much? That'll be indicators on whether or not this area is balanced or not. If it is open, they're going to easily fit in. But if it is underactive, they can't really think on their own, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they get like a little bit, like they'll be a follower when you take them to the dog park. They'll never want to just go off and be a leader in some way. They'll have to do something where all the other animals are doing it, or else they don't have the confidence. And if it is overactive, we know lots of puppies like these. What happens?
It just wants to play.
Just play, and they can't settle down, and they just want to run, and they keep bringing you a toy. And you might also notice that you have an animal that fluctuates between that. So the job and what your plan is to do is to center and to allow them to center all that in so they can balance that need to play and that need to be, standoffish all at once so they can think on their own and readjust things. So these are some simple techniques in order to keep your fur babies nice and balanced. And don't forget what we taught on last month's series, the buds of the feet. They're extremely important right now, especially with all of the electromagnetic waves and all the changes with the Schumann resonance that's going on. So just simply petting them, and don't spread their paw pad out. They don't tend to like that.
They don't want you to put your finger between their paw prints.
No, they don't want you to put your finger between their paw prints. So if you just rub their feet gently, just make sure all four paws, just to keep that line wide open so that they can continue to send positive energy back down into our, my beautiful little baby, back down into the earth, as well as allow that to come up through the earth. It's through those centers that they're able to sense all sorts of things, from natural disasters to if there's going to be any kind of massive weather coming through, to really anything that's uncomfortable going on. That is going to sum up. Do you girls have anything to add?
No.
That will then sum up our June tips on keeping your beautiful fur babies nice and balanced. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of AstroloYoga, where we help you allow your pets to find the spirit that is you. Thank you.